Yeah, if you ain't talking about that large money, then that conversation ain't at all for me. Too many niggas satisfied with just call money. A new chain, couple bottles at the bar money. We need that. 2 acres for the yard money. Diversified portfolios and bond money. Pull a few strings, that guitar money. Try to run up on me? Nah, money. Getting at it from the AM to the PM. Smooth fat boy, that's a door by your BM. They love it when they see him. We still in the hood, but we on top like the alternators in the GMs. You feeling this?
You were tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. This past Saturday, we had the cash cow, arguably the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez, went up against Avni Yildirim. 3rd round knockout for Saul Canelo Alvarez. And going into this fight, to be honest, there was not a lot of buzz around this fight. This was almost like a coming out party, almost just like a celebration for Canelo Alvarez, and it just so happened to be a fight to come along with it. Now, the big talk going into the fight was who ordered the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, was the WBC responsible for this fight? Did they tell Canelo Alvarez that he had to take care of his mandatory in Avni Yildirim? Or did Canelo Alvarez order this fight with Avni Yildirim? And, you know, you look at message boards and, you know, other people making videos, things like that, about that particular topic. For me, I'm like, I really didn't care. I didn't give a fuck either way who was responsible for it. Like, whether it was the WBC that requested it or Canelo Alvarez requested it, it didn't matter. It's kind of like you sitting at the table and somebody put a plate of food in front of you and it's nasty as shit, and then you complaining about who cooked it. Like, who gives a damn who cooked it? Like, the food nasty. It's the same thing. Like, Canelo Alvarez, Avni Yildirim was a bad fight. It didn't matter who ordered it. Don't matter if it was the WBC. Don't matter if it was Canelo Alvarez. 3rd round stoppage for Canelo Alvarez. The only thing that I was happy about is Canelo Alvarez didn't give him a chance to really stick around. When you face guys like Avni Yildirim, and it's no disrespect to Avni Yildirim. I actually thought he beat Anthony Durrell. And I thought he was getting a lot of disrespect going into this fight. It's not the fact that he's a bad fighter. It's not the fact that he's a bad fighter. It's just the fact that Canelo Alvarez is on a different level. And there's bigger fish to fry for Canelo Alvarez than Avni Yildirim. But I get it. If Canelo's trying to fight 4 times this year, if he's trying to fight 4 times, if you throw in a guy like Avni Yildirim, then if you look at it from that angle, you know, it's not too bad. You understand what I'm saying? But this was just one of those fights. It was just like, it was like a Canelo celebration. Like, it really was. Like, the festivities prior to the fight, you know, the little concert they did and all that. Like, I felt like I was in a Super Bowl halftime show. Like, it was weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was a boxing event / concert. Like, it was weird to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm old school. You know, if a fight is over, you know, you talk about that fight, you know, you get your final thoughts, and then, you know, you get the next guys out there. But I understand it's entertainment and all of that. I didn't even know the musician that was, you know, doing the concert, basically. Like, I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like it was lit, though. Looked like it was lit in there. Like, I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna front at all. But everything that I'm saying in this video is no personal disrespect towards Avni Yildirim. Like I said, I felt like he beat Anthony Durrell. If Avni Yildirim was to fight Caleb Plant, Avni Yildirim would be a top 3 opponent on Caleb Plant's resume. Like, that's a fact. And at one point, Avni Yildirim was David Benavidez mandatory. So Yildirim is not trash. You understand what I'm saying? He just his talent caps off at a certain point. His talent caps off at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? And what Avni Yildirim did in the Anthony Dirrell fight should trump what happened to him in the Chris Eubank Jr. fight. That was years ago. Anthony Dirrell is a better fighter than Chris Eubank Jr. So Canelo Alvarez got the fight he wanted, no matter who ordered it. Canelo got the victory, and now it's supposed to be Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, unification, May 8th. Billy Joe Saunders, solid opponent. He's a champion at 168, well respected. He was, he's been looking shaky lately, ever since he's supposed to fight Boo Boo Andrade, and he got popped for being on the finest juices. He had that, that asthma, nasal spray in his system. Ever since they caught him with that, he just hasn't looked the same. And I'm a Billy Joe Saunders fan. I love the Billy Joe Saunders that make a guy miss and then go look in the crowd. I love that Billy Joe Saunders. Very skilled. But Billy Joe Saunders is going to need to be on his A+++ game against Canelo Alvarez. Now, I will say this. Billy Joe does have the style to give Canelo problems. He has the type style to give Canelo problems, but with Billy Joe Saunders, is he going to have some dog in him? That's what I'm going to be looking for in that fight. But as far as Canelo Alvarez is concerned, he was in a no-win situation with this Avni Yildirim thing. He was in a no-win situation. WBC ordering it, he wanted it, whatever. But if you look at it, you got Avni Yildirim, then you got Billy Joe Saunders, and then possibly a Caleb Plant later on in the year. Just those three guys alone in a calendar year would probably be the best resume out of anybody in the sport of boxing. And that's just a fact. That's 100% facts. As much as we complain about Canelo Alvarez and the guys that he don't fight, Canelo still has a top 5 resume, regardless of all the people you can say he's avoided or put to the side. But I mean, when you're the top guy in the sport, when you're the cash cow, it comes with expectations. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not willing to handle the expectations, then you're gonna have to go somewhere else. But I think Canelo will fight anybody at any time. It's just, he's doing what any cash cow does. He's just maneuvering around to create the best situation for himself. And it's like, sometimes it's going to satisfy the fans, and sometimes we're going to be disappointed with it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy, support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.